and I approve this message.
I need your dollar, that's what I need.
KBLA Talk 1580 celebrates small businesses, the enduring lifeblood of our community, with the launch of the KBLA SMB Marketplace. For the first time, small to medium-sized businesses will have an opportunity to promote their goods and services on KBLA and take advantage of our powerful reach and local marketing power. The SMB Marketplace is hosted exclusively on KBLA1580.com and is accessible from all our social media channels. Whether you're a small mom and pop restaurant, a car dealership, or a professional practitioner, we invite you to join in this new KBLA Talk 1580 initiative to promote your business. As a Black-owned small business, you don't want to miss this unique opportunity to gain new customers on KBLA Talk 1580. For more information, contact us today at smb@kbla1580.com. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
And if I share with you my story, would you share your dollar with me? Time to get it. Hey!
Oh yeah. I get around. Still clown when the underground when we come around. Stronger than ever. Back to get wrecked. All respect to those who break their neck to keep their check, cause though they sweat a brother majorly. And I don't know why your girl keeps paging me to tell me that she needs me. Cries when she leaves me, and every time she sees me, she squeeze me. Lady, take it easy. Hate to sound sleazy, but tease me. I don't want it if it's that easy. Hey yo, bust it. Baby got a problem saying bye-bye. Just another hazard of a fly guy. Your ass wide don't matter. My pockets got fatter. Now everybody's looking for the ladder. And ain't no need in being greedy. If you wanna see me, try to keep a number, baby, when you need me. And I'll be there in a jiffy. Don't be picky, just be happy with this quickie. When you learn, you can't time it down, baby doll. Check it out. I get around. What you mean you don't know? Check it go. I get around. The underground just don't stop for me. I get around. Still down with the underground.
KBLA Talk 1580. I'm wondering if it's safe for me to be on this mic today, Miles. I'm still a wee bit punchy, just a wee bit. But, hey, there's a lot of important stuff going on. Looking forward to the conversation with David Hogg. Looking forward to the conversation with G. Perico. Looking forward to the conversation with Joe Nixon, the idea man. Yeah, Joe Michael, we got a lot going on. Round and round, rest in peace. Tupac. Miles knows I've been on one about Tupac lately. A random conversation online made me question whether or not we do enough around here.
After Michael Jackson's birthday last week, I remembered that we have to keep these good spirits alive in times like these.
Right. Absolutely. And rest in peace, Pac, my fellow Gemini, my Bay Area traveler, and someone who went out of his way to look out for a sister. So, and vice versa, by the way. Thank you, and you're welcome. Right now on the phone, though, and on some device, she's somewhere in the middle of the ocean. She's a comedian, an actor, a singer, a dancer, and a DGA Emmy nominated director. In the stand-up world, she's been an opening act for some of the biggies like Dave Chapelle, Dick Gregory, rest in peace, another one we got to lift up. George Wallace, Whitney Cummings, Paul Mooney, love me some Paul Mooney, and Tom Arnold. She's been on NBC's Last Comic Standing, America's Got Talent, Stand Up in Stilettos, Comic View, Comics Unleashed, Coming to the Stage, Stand Up and Deliver. She's also a regular on Fox Soul TV. Alycia Cooper, good morning. That's where I met you. I met you on Fox Soul TV.
Yes, good morning, Dominique. Can you hear me?
I do hear you.
Okay,
Yeah.
do I sound okay?
You sound great. You sound like you.
Oh, awesome. Yes, I'm using this particular set of earphones. Just wanted to make sure. Good morning.
Good morning. Loving the technology. Look, we met on Fox Soul because we were the two-est big mouth shutdowners of crazy conservative conspiracy theorists.
Yes. We had to slug it out. We had to slug it out with them.
Yeah, well, you know how to slug it out while making folks laugh, which is amazing. You
Well,
also, I should
thank
have
you.
said, in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse trade and Just Us. You've got a robust career.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. It's been a very interesting ride. And yeah, with this political season, you and I were trying to let them know back then that the choices they make today is going to get us where we ended up. A botched pandemic, all kinds of craziness from this loon. And now finally, the groups that we needed to come on board with us are now finally 8 years later coming on board with us with what we were saying in 2015, 2016. They're getting it now
What makes you say that? What makes you think that?
because they what they're saying, like their rights are being rolled back. So now they're rolling their sleeves. Like we were like, we could have told you your rights are going to be rolled back when you elect a fascist. Nobody wanted to believe us, but now that it's hitting them directly and impacting these groups of people directly, now they're on board with us. And we've always been on board. We've been the leaders. Like they say, Black women save democracy. I try to tell everybody, find out what a Black woman is doing, and you do it too. Don't ask no questions. When we start running, you just run too. Don't ask no
Yeah,
questions.
it might not apply to hairstyles though, but other things, find out what we're doing, and you do it too, in most arenas. Uh, but you are on one right now. I see. I love watching your TikToks and your Instagrams because you're just like not letting any talking point slide. No talking point unanswered.
Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. And I'll let them have it. When they come under my page from Trump 2024, I say 20 to 24 years in prison. Put something on his books.
Lord have mercy. Well, look, I feel like around election season, a lot of folks, celebs like you, um, tread lightly, right? I mean,
Mhm,
they're concerned about alienating fans. Some
mhm.
folks are, when is Taylor Swift or when is Beyonce gonna endorse? Or not everybody can be Kid Rock
Or Hulk Hogan or the
or
My Pillow guy.
or Little John for that matter. So, why do you not care about that? I mean, you don't worry about your career taking a hit?
You know what the funny thing is? I didn't find. You know how some things you don't find out until you're well into adulthood,
Yeah.
and I didn't. I didn't find out until I must have been at least, I would say at least early 30s. Before, you know what it was? There was a documentary that came out about the civil rights movement and the Woolworth sit-ins and things like that. And in this documentary, they had a scene and they had some photos. And my family, we were like, oh my goodness, we got one of the photos from the documentary. It was my dad's brother at the Woolworth
Wow.
counters and the Woolworth sit-ins. He was a football player at North Carolina A&T, Benny Cooper Jr. My dad's father was Benny Cooper Sr. And he was a student at North Carolina A&T, and he was on the football team, and he was at the sit-ins, and we got it from the documentary. And I was like, oh my goodness, I would hear stories, but it didn't compute until I saw the photo of him at that counter. And I was like, this is the blood that runs through my veins. Like,
Mm.
we're just activists. Like, if we see something that's not right, we're going to speak on it. And this is how I look at it. I think, who was it, James Baldwin, who said something like, if my lack of humanity or something, if your right is tramples on my humanity and stuff like that, then we don't see eye to eye anyway. If I have to be subhuman or less than in order
Right.
for you to be my friend, then we're not going to ever be friends. So, I'm not going to side with that person. So what I try to do is I try to attract like-minded people. And even as a comic, you don't have to agree with everything I say as a comedian. And you can come sit in my audience because I'm going to talk about the things that matter to me. And you should be able to laugh or not. But it shouldn't be contingent upon me agreeing with you. And as comics, we always try to draw our audience. Like D.L. Hughley, he's political. So he's going to draw his audience. And that's what we go for as comics. We try to draw our audience because we can't please everybody. You get your little nucleus and you rock out with that group.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. So, in other words, you can't help it. That's what I learned.
I can't
I mean,
help it.
saying,
I
okay,
can't
I'm going to
help it.
go on this interview. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say. Do not. Whatever you do, Dominique, do not say that. The
No,
first thing
no.
pop out of my mouth is that. And I
That.
realize it's in the DNA at a certain level. You know, my
It's in the
dad,
D-
my mom,
Oh, it's definitely in your
going
DNA.
back probably generations, my great granddads. Like, well, I would have to go full Fox News and probably have a partial, brain surgery, like some kind of lobotomy, to be
Yeah.
able to.
And the comments, if I see it, I'm going to respond to it. I'm not one of those types of people that can see something and not say something. So it's best for me to just stay off social media, because if I see it, I'm gonna say something. Like, I remember when they were talking about the whole the guy that owned the Clippers, Donald Sterling, and they asked LeBron James, they said, do you think he should lose his team, or whatever, because of what he said? And was he wrong for saying what he said? And he said, well, as long as it doesn't become public. He said, once it becomes public, then all bets are off. And that's what happened to Donald Sterling. His audio recordings were made public, his private recordings. And for me, as long as I don't see it, if you keep it in your private eye, your private life, and it doesn't come to my attention, then I won't comment on it. But as soon as it comes to my attention, I'm speaking on it.
Yeah, I noticed that. And boy, you do not want to be you do not want to be on the receiving end of that analysis, let me tell you. I do want to ask you about some stories when we come forward. This Trump movie is coming out, and he's calling it election interference. Apparently, they had a really hard time getting this movie out. It's called The Apprentice. Surprise, surprise. It's coming out now ahead of the election. And, yeah, Trump people try to stop it. They say it's all lies. Secession star Jeremy Strong is playing Ray Cohn, the Trump, I guess, mentor. Yeah, I want to get your thoughts on that. Is that election interference? Should it be delayed until after the election? Is it the filmmakers right? Does it even matter? Will you go see it? And there's quite a few other things we have to talk about. Certainly, the shooting in Georgia is horrifying. We'll talk more about that with David Hogg when he's here next hour. But it's so frustrating and horrifying. This constant. It's like a story every month, every week, at least every other week. We'll look at that and more when we come forward with the fearless. I just made that up. The fearless Alycia Cooper on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward. Tabitha Smiley's new book, The Covenant with Black America, 20 years later, is now on sale everywhere. This classic text shot to #1 on the New York Times bestsellers list almost 2 decades ago. If you have the original book, you will surely want to get this 20th anniversary edition with powerful new contributions from today's leading voices. This 20th anniversary edition presents a compelling blend of historical insights and contemporary urgency in this critical and unprecedented election year. Get your copy of The Covenant with Black America 20 years later today.
Martha was ready to switch to a career in IT.
There's always a need for IT specialists, especially with AI coming out and cybersecurity. It's practically recession-proof.
My Computer Career even provides job placement help.
The career specialists, they're very helpful. They care about you as a person. You're not just a number to them. I would recommend My Computer Career wholeheartedly to anyone.
Take the free career evaluation today. Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control. Because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control. Because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
It sure does, and I'm so happy to have Alycia Cooper on. I miss talking smack with you on Fox Soul, girl. That was always so much fun.
Me too. Me too.
But, you know, if you want to see Alycia Cooper, well, tell them all the ways to follow you and see your various many projects, films that you've made as a director, films that you're in as an actor, stand-up stuff that you've done.
Yes. Well, my TikTok is Alycia Cooper 3, Alycia Cooper and the number 3, and my Instagram is Alycia Cooper 2023. So yeah, you can, if you follow me on either one of those, I'm always posting. And I was in this series that just came out. I have a small part of the series called The Pot Wins. It's the first, I think, maybe the first series that X is putting on. They have this new X TV app, and that's where it landed. It's called The Pot Wins on X TV. And yeah, you can see one of the movies I did on Netflix. It was a movie with Pauly Shore called Guest House. That was very fun.
It's called what house?
Look at
I'm sorry.
Guest House,
got it.
GEST. And you can look me up on imdb.com, and everything I've done is right there.
Yeah, I'm just always amazed by how prolific you are. You just never stop.
Yes, I do. I got to keep going. My goal, I want to be a television episodic director. So I'm doing everything now to try to get my first opportunity at a TV episode.
I can absolutely see you doing that. Yeah, I can absolutely see that.
Thank you.
Yes, put me in something, girl. Okay, so look.
I will.
And vice versa. I shall put you in something too.
Thank you.
The sisterhood is real. So the Apprentice movie is coming out.
Yes.
Limited release. It's a biopic on Donald Trump. And the Trump legal team, which is rather vast at this point, is really tried to stop this from coming out, but apparently it's dropping. And I don't know, I never agree with Trump, but I'm kind of thinking, is it really fair for this to come out right before the election?
Well, they were saying that they had a hard time getting a release. Maybe if they weren't thwarting them, it would have came out sooner.
Yeah.
You keep delaying, and now it's coming out when it comes out, and it's not going to, I don't think anybody's going to vote for him or not vote for him because they saw this movie. You know, what's going to sink him is the debates, where he shows you he has no substance, and he's going to hit her with a bunch of ad hominems that nobody cares about, and she stopped laughing because I said something.
Ad hominem attack basically means just, a personal attack. It's not on
it's not
issues.
Rooted in anything.
Right.
It comes, and a lot of times it comes out of nowhere because they have no real substance. And he's going to talk about her ethnicity. He's going to talk about her laugh. He's going to say she stole an idea from me when he's stolen almost everything he's ever had. And so that's what he should be focused on, not this film that's in limited release. And I'm going to go see it. They said it comes out October 11th. I will see it on October 11th. Because I love stuff like this. This is right up my alley. So I will see it.
This sounds crazy, but I kind of think Trump might have a point here. Because I don't know. It just doesn't seem fair. It's like a month before the election, a movie about
But
you
you know
comes out.
what?
That's
Let
an
me tell you.
October surprise, isn't it?
It is, but let me tell you why. What is a million reasons why I don't feel sorry for him.
I don't
But
feel sorry. I didn't
remember,
say I felt sorry for him.
or a reason why I don't even care because of what Jim Comey did to Hillary Clinton, tripping her
What?
up over her emails like 2 weeks before an election.
Yeah, I
You know,
called
so
that a
there's been
coup
a
back
lot of
then,
stuff.
and that was before January 6th. I mean,
Yeah, that was a coup. So we've
Yeah.
had worse things happen to our side than a movie get released. I know Hillary Clinton wishes all they did was release a movie on her because that derailed her. And she won the popular vote, lost the electoral college by small amounts in the states that she lost them in. And it could have very well been because of Comey. And so I don't feel, I mean, Donald Trump, whatever. I hope everything, I hope you feel tripped up 90 more ways between now and November 5th.
Same. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I'm not supporting him, but it just, I don't know. I think if it was the other way around, I'd be mad if a movie about, someone I was
Kamala,
supporting,
yeah.
i.e. Kamala Harris, was to come out and kind of trash her in October. I would have a problem with that. It seems like
Oh, yeah, I'd be mad.
it doesn't
I'd be
seem
mad.
like it should be legal. I'm just saying.
But he's such an a-hole that we already know
Yeah.
most of the things about him anyway. And you know what I was thinking about? What I was thinking about, this is one of the things I want to have changed after she wins this election. Because, she's a Howard University graduate, the same school my mother graduated from. I want, when they talk about Ivy League schools, when they talk about Princeton, Yale, Harvard, I want them to add Howard University to the Ivies. That's our Black Ivy.
Okay. All right. It sure seems like it. Apparently very hard to get into Howard now. Now that, even
And
worse
all
now.
the people who came, because they want to tout who graduated from Yale and Princeton and Harvard. Well, we can tout who graduated from Howard.
Right. I mean, you got Kamala Harris, Thurgood Marshall.
Thurgood
My
Marshall.
my brother, Raz Baraka, mayor of Newark, New Jersey.
Wow.
To name a few.
Debbie Allen, Felicia Rashad, Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, my first pediatrician, Dr. Mutchison. There's a million wonderful people that came through Howard University, and it needs to be added. When you talk about Ivy, throw that school in the mix after she wins this election.
Yeah. Well, I also agree with you, Alycia, that I will be going to see the film, even though I just said it should be illegal. I'm going to go see it. Only because the Trump campaign calls it malicious defamation. Like, I probably wouldn't have bothered, but as soon as he called it malicious defamation, I was like, I'm there.
It got so juicy. And as soon as he said malicious defamation, we're like, this is 100% true.
Right. Yeah, they called it garbage. This garbage is pure fiction. That's what they say.
You can't, if he's not suing, because truth is an absolute defense. If he's not suing, it's right on the money.
Yeah, they're not suing, they're blocking. You said we've only got 2 minutes till news, traffic, and sports. We'll continue on the other side. You said that you think Kamala Harris will win. What convinces you of that?
Because when Obama was running, I didn't think he could win. And I was on this group. It was a bunch of us on this political email group, and none of us thought he was going to win. And he won. Now, I'm hopeful. Like, I feel like she can win this. I feel like he walked so that she could run. And I feel like the country's in such a different place. We have white women for Kamala Harris, Muslims for Kamala Harris, white men for Kamala Harris, atheists for Kamala Harris. We got every group for Kamala Harris, and school teachers for Kamala Harris. How can she lose? And Republicans for Kamala Harris. We just got the endorsement of Liz Cheney.
Yeah.
So the only people he has is the few white men that he's always had. He unalived so much of his base during COVID, So I'm like, no, we got the leg up. We have the leg up this time, and we have the wind at our backs right now.
Well, I think he still does much better with men of just about every race.
Yes, he does, but that's not enough. There's more women in the country. And we got everybody.
You think the white women are going to really come through this time? I mean, I'm saying the quiet part out loud, but because a lot of time they say one thing and do another when it gets into the voting booth.
They do, but Roe v. Wade pissed them off. And one thing you don't want to do is piss a white woman off. So I think we got them.
Why are you channeling Paul Mooney this morning? Like that sounds like some straight out his mouth. So you're feeling confident. I feel like there's momentum there. I don't feel confident, not only because he cheats, he being, the 45th president, but also because of these, demographics that I don't track as much. The white men, Latino men, even some of our black men. I think we got work to do if, in the next 60 days, if she is to win. But when we come forward, I want to talk about some of the reasons that people aren't tracking where she might be doing better than you think. KBLA Talk 1580.
The station you turn to when you've had it up to gear with cultural incompetence. KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Mike Moore. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Republican Liz Cheney is officially endorsing Kamala Harris for president. The former Wyoming representative gave her endorsement during an appearance at Duke University, saying she's endorsing Harris because of the danger Donald Trump poses. An Ohio man who filed a racial discrimination lawsuit has agreed to a settlement with the city of Toledo. Sammy Coleman, who is black, says that he was repeatedly passed over for promotions due to his race. Coleman works for the city's Road and Bridge Management Division. The prosecutor in Alec Baldwin's Rust trial is being asked to reconsider her ruling. The actor was accused of accidentally shooting and killing the cinematographer on the set of the film in 2021, but back in July, the judge dismissed the trial on its third day. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Moore from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A., copyright 2024.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The LA Sparks took on the WNBA's hottest team last night, the Indiana Fever. Not a bad effort by the Sparks in front of a sellout crowd in Indianapolis. They lost by 7, but were victims of another outstanding performance by Caitlin Clark. Clark put up her second triple-double of the season with 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. Clark is only the 5th player in WNBA history to have multiple triple-doubles in the same season. 5th straight win for Indiana. The Sparks are 7-26. The Angels pounded the Dodgers 10-1 in Anaheim. The Dodgers still lead San Diego by 4.5 in the NL West. The NFL regular season kicks off today. Baltimore at Kansas City. Lamar Jackson versus Patrick Mahomes, the top 2 players in the NFL. Both quarterbacks have won 2 MVP awards. A marquee attraction to open the season, 5:20 p.m. kickoff on NBC. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, I'm Ray Richardson, your sports connection here at KBLA Talk 1580. Join me and my co-host Neil Scarborough every Saturday night at 7 for Out of Bounds, the show that brings some flavor to the world of sports for 60 minutes. We take you beyond the scores and press conferences. We give you our point of view, the way black folks see what's going down. You can join the conversation and give us your analysis at 1-800-920-1580. Out of Bounds every Saturday night at 7 on KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
You like your style, though.
For all of us, this generation and the next, there is simply no place in our lives for litter. And yet, it's everywhere we look, and unfortunately, it does belong to all of us. So let's come together and create a litter-free, clean California once and for all. Remember to properly dispose of your trash and recycling. Secure truckloads with tarps to keep debris from flying out. Clean out your car when you're at the gas station. Take pride in your community by organizing a cleanup event or join a cleanup event near you. Zero litter is the goal. Join us at cleanca.com. That's cleanca.com. Let's do it together. Brought to you by Caltrans. cleanca.com.
The moment we've all been waiting for has finally arrived. On Tuesday, September 10th at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump will square off in their first ever presidential debate. KBLA Talk 1580 and the Empowerment Congress are hosting a viewing party, and we're inviting you to join us for an evening of civic engagement, great food, and good vibes. Our studio space is limited, but if you would like to join us, just go to our website at KBLA1580.com and register for your chance to watch this historic presidential debate with us. Years from now, we're all likely to remember exactly where we were when this pivotal moment in American politics unfolded. So, register for your chance to join us by going to KBLA1580.com right now. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent. So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle.
Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Free and Gentle. This back-to-school season, Tide and Downy are giving back with $1.5 million in scholarships. Enter to win. No purchase necessary. US/DC 17+. End September 30th. Rules. Tide.com/scholarship/official rules.
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family, together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State and health-related restrictions may apply.
Broadcasting live from Leimert Park, USA. Welcome back to your home for unapologetically progressive radio, KBLA Talk 1580.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back to Alycia Cooper. And by the way, if you're looking for her TikTok or her IG, which is Alycia Cooper 3 on TikTok, Alycia Cooper 2023, that's Alycia with a Y, ALYCIA, Alycia with an I. If you're looking for me, I'm at DiPrima Radio, DIPRIMA, and then radio. And if you're looking for KBLA, well, KBLA 1580. Please like, follow, subscribe, comment, talk smack. All that is on the table. Saw some data, Alycia Cooper. I'll put you in the category with me on Kamala Harris stance. Not that I think everything she does is perfect, blah, blah, blah. As I've been, you can tell, arguing with my progressive friends as well as my conservative friends. But I think she is by far the best qualified, ready on day one, and will have the best interest of our community at heart. I've seen some data that's showing voter registration among women up 175%. That never happened. We're talking about since Joe Biden decided not to run again and VP Harris became the nominee. And since polls are based on people making models of who they think the likely voter is, I'm hoping that this means these polls are undercounting women and that, in fact, Harris is winning by a wider margin if the model reflected the motivation that women have right now. Alycia, you there? Okay, maybe not. Well, we'll have to get Alycia.
Can you hear me?
Oh, now I
hear
do.
me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Somehow my phone went to mute. The youth is also galvanized. And that was huge, because they weren't galvanized under Biden. So they said Trump does not have the youth vote.
Yeah. So I know that people say, well, young people are always, saying they're going to vote, and then sometimes they don't. Another interesting thing I learned at the DNC is that that's not any one generation. Oh, this generation of young people don't vote. It's every generation of young people. That generally people don't get as interested in electoral politics until they get older. Makes sense, right? But you, again, just like with white women voters, you feel that it's different this time?
I do, because of technology. Like, these kids are way more tapped in than we ever were because the information is in their hand. Even on TikTok, they're getting politics from TikTok videos. We didn't have that growing up. So this is a different generation. This is the generation that everything is at their fingertips, and they are more tapped in than we were at their age, and they understand the importance of like climate change and things like that.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you said climate change, because I think this is one area where there's a huge difference. Right now, I'm talking to progressives, right, who say, and I don't agree. I do think she's going to have different policies in the Middle East than Biden. I think she signaled that with what she said in her speech, although a lot of people are saying she didn't go far enough. It's indisputable when it comes to the climate emergency, right?
Right, indisputable. Yeah. Yeah, and we have so much going on. If you want these school shootings and all this stuff dealt with, it's her hands down. Because Donald Trump has already told you who he's going to side with. He wants to give the police total immunity. So there's no similarities between her and him when it comes to these school shootings and what needs to be done.
Well, now he just put out a statement about the terrible shooting in Georgia, saying that he's feeling sick and angry, and saying that he's saying that he'll heal the world. Like, he didn't say this, but like Michael Jackson. But I mean, he says he's going to heal our world.
He had 4 years to heal it, and all he did was make it more divided. He could have done something with gun control in the 4 years he was there.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, David Hogg will be on next hour, as will Jay Perico and Joe Michael, the idea man, Nixon. We talk about gun control. That's not always a popular issue with Black Americans, right? Especially Black men, but Black Americans in general. Because it always seems like gun control is only for us. It's not. And I think people feel committed to the Second Amendment. They want, rightfully so, to be able to defend themselves because of, the historic racist attacks in this country, right? From the Klan to the Proud Boys. But at the same time, something has to happen. I think
some of these people are gaslighting. Nobody's saying to take away your gun. We're talking about one thing and one thing only, and that's those assault rifles, those assault weapons, those war weapons that take a kid's body and turns them into Swiss cheese. That's all we're talking about. We had an assault weapons ban, and the ban ended under what? Was it Bill Clinton? That's how long ago it's been that we had an assault weapons ban. We're always saying is let's go back to those days. We didn't have mass shootings when we had an assault weapons ban. You don't need to be able to execute 60 people in 60 seconds. That's all we're saying. You can keep all your other guns, but we have to put the children, we should be talking about children globally. We should talk about children being harmed in other countries, and we should be talking about children being harmed right here in the United States of America. And turning children's bodies into Swiss cheese should not be anything that's up for debate.
Yeah, I mean, I also, I'm a Second Amendment, advocate myself, but I also think universal background checks, to me, I don't even understand why that's controversial. You just going to give a gun to any person? That doesn't even make sense.
But they said 90% of Americans are for it. So what's happening?
Well, and I think, I'm guessing, I haven't seen any data, but I think 90% of Americans are sick of hearing something must be done and nothing's done.
Yeah. But see, this is the thing. This latest 14-year-old, his father had this weapon. So he accessed it and he used it. It's that weapon. His father isn't deer hunting with that weapon.
Yeah. Well, We're going to go straight to the phones, going to Ron, calling us from Richmond. Good morning, Ron.
Hey, good morning, Don. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, actually. Thank you for asking.
Okay. Yeah. I missed you the other day. I heard you say you was out sick, so I'm glad to see you back doing well. You know, I'm always support you, man. You're my baby, you're your homegirl for life.
Thank you.
I'm tuned in. Much love going out to your guest there. I can hear it in her voice, man. She is not to be played with. So God bless you, sister. I'll ride with you.
Nice to meet you.
Much love. Yeah. Send my prayers out to that school, man. That's just so tragic. And then when I saw the pictures of the victims, man, those two young kids, only 14 years old, and a 14-year-old that did the shooting, it's just so tragic. So my heart and my prayers going out to that school out there in Georgia. Oh yeah, also got to say a happy birthday out to my girl. I know she married, got a family and all that, but I still love her. Shout out to Beyonce, man. Can't believe she's 43 years old now.
Virgo season, happy birthday. Don't be quoting her age on the radio. Don't nobody want their age quoted on the radio.
I'm sorry, Dominique. I apologize to you, my beautiful
No, that was
friend.
the apology for Beyonce. That was for Beyonce. It ain't my birthday. My birthday already passed.
I'm gonna stop doing that. I won't put the ladies' ages out there anymore. My bad. That's
Virgo
my bad.
season. Whatever age she is, she looks amazing, and she's an amazing businesswoman, and she does a hell of a show.
Yeah,
man, she's
and
doing that. I'm gonna try to get.
Go ahead,
that
Alycia.
Freedom song is perfect for the campaign. You see that nobody's letting Donald Trump use their music.
I was so happy to see Isaac Hayes III shut that down.
Yeah, me too.
I can't use "Hold On, I'm Coming." Find another song. It's like there is. He has brought unity among musicians, other than Kid Rock, and I don't know if we call Amber Rose a musician, but. I mean, it can be rock and roll, it can be hip hop, it can be, Celine Dion. Don't nobody want him using their music.
Well, I'm gonna ask Isaac Hayes III to let him use it when he's entering his cell.
Now you see that Brazil has shut down X, aka Twitter.
Good.
The Supreme Court justice did it because Elon Musk is refusing to comply with their rules. They're supposed to have a legal representative. And Musk is like, F the whole country. And now the president, President Lula da Silva weighed in saying that the world isn't obliged to put up with billionaire Elon Musk's far-right anything-goes agenda just because he's rich.
Yeah. And America should follow suit. You shouldn't
Really?
have this oligarch, this plutocrat. Because he's using it for evil, Dominique, and he doesn't even abide by his own rules. If
That
you're
is
using
true.
AI, you're supposed to say that it's AI. He's doing everything, any and everything, and on that site trying to get Trump elected, and he's violating his own policies, and he must be stopped. He's in that too big to fail category, and we have to let him know. Just like they broke up Ticketmaster and all this stuff, he needs to be broken up.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you have a point in the fact that, I'm talking about it's not fair that this movie's coming out. This guy owns a whole app that swayed the 2020 election, right?
Yes.
And the and more especially the 2016 election. He owns the whole app. He's put up all kinds of AI images of Vice President Kamala Harris, and then he puts a small fine print later saying, "Oh, that was a satire." But meanwhile, more than 120 million Americans saw it and thought it was real. So you have a point. I mean, it is a privately owned asset. You can't just take it away.
Well, we got to figure something out because they took the clippers from Donald Sterling. We have to figure something out.
You got a point. I mean, yeah, but I mean, I think that point goes beyond Musk too. You got to look at Meta, aka Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah. But remember, they had Zuckerberg sitting in front of Congress answering questions. Why doesn't Musk have to do that?
Well, he should, but I mean, they had him sit there, but then they didn't do anything about it. He still does pretty much whatever he wants. And I feel like those Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, I think they're public utilities. I don't think they can just be privately owned companies because they have too big of a footprint on public opinion and news. They curate news. I don't know. I mean, I guess news organizations are privately owned, but they still have standards that they have to meet according to the government. I think that those platforms, they're not just platforms anymore. They're purveyors of news, and they should at least have to meet those standards, if not those of public utilities.
Right. And see, Zuckerberg isn't outwardly putting his thumb on the scale to get Trump elected like Elon is. You know, that is just
as
so
far
dangerous.
as we know.
Right, as far as we know.
We don't know what
Elon
the
will never-
algorithm is doing. We know that
Right.
he did a lot of blocking of accounts based on certain phrases about Palestine, for example. You know, a lot of people got blocked just for River to the Sea, for example. And he wasn't doing the same with, you know, sort of the anti-Palestinian or pro-war faction. So, you know, it's hard to quantify that.
But it's not coming from like Zuckerberg's account where he's posting all this stuff from the Mark Zuckerberg account on Facebook, the way this man is doing. Like, and he's sending $25 million a month to a super PAC and all this stuff. Like, he really heavily has his thumb on this scale.
Well, you see, he backed off that. He said he was going to give him 25. Then he was like, well.
He didn't put that in his mama name. He's sending it in his mama name.
His mom is a supermodel. You know that, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's an older adult. She's a silver fox. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can be whatever you want to be when your son is worth $1 trillion.
What? Right? But, you know, I'm not mad at Brazil. I mean, people will say it's a left wing, you know, this, that. But the thing about it is the man's not complying with their government's rules, so they have a right to reel him in.
Yeah. Every government has a right to control it their way. And hopefully more people will start putting sanctions on him because he's out of control. He is just out of control. When I look at what he puts on that site, I'm like, you are just out of control. And you're just living your life because you feel like nobody can tell you, no consequences for anything. You're entitled to just be an a-hole. And that's what he's doing.
Well, I mean, have you seen his daughter's clapbacks on him?
Yeah. His transgender daughter.
Yeah, Vivian Jenna Ellis.
Yeah, I'm so glad she's telling the truth. And he has like, what, 10 kids or something?
Yeah, I think it's 10. I knew her when she was very young. And she is also a genius level IQ.
Wow.
So, you know, Elon Musk claims to be a genius, or people claim he is a genius. But you know, if he's a genius, the kids are 2.0.
Yeah.
Because that's just how what God does.
Yeah. But they said he has like Asperger's or autism or something.
Yeah, that tracks. Lack of social skills. We're talking with comedian Alycia Cooper, and you're invited in 800-920-1580. We are unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Ends Labor Day. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You've got a Pepto predicament, Beach Bum.
Hey, we're heading down to the beach. You coming?
Yeah, Dad. You coming?
I had a little too much to eat at the resort buffet.
I need a minute.
Oh, you overdid it. And now your beach vacation is giving you belly waves. Undo it with Pepto.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto Chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief so you can get back to making memories.
Let's go, Dad!
When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
What's wrong?
My travel rewards card didn't earn enough miles for my vacation.
Are you crying? Are you crying because of that other credit card?
Uh-huh.
Well, switch to the Capital One Venture card. Venture lets you redeem miles on any travel purchase.
Really?
Yep, and you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every single day. The Capital One Venture card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate meets a scholarly match.
Okay, man, time flies when you're having fun. Alycia Cooper, it's always great to have you on. Look, should we go to the phones real quick?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to Derek calling us from Colorado. Hi, Derek.
Yeah, I'll be real quick. You guys are talking about gun control, and my understanding is that even they did pass all these weapon bans and everything, and what they're doing here, and they're probably doing, I think, 3 or 4 other states, is now they're making it so they have a vending machine where you can go in there and you purchase ammunition. That's even horrible.
Yeah, I have seen that. I saw, I don't know where that is because I can't remember. But I did read that story where some states you can actually buy ammunition in vending machines, which is, seems like a move in the wrong direction.
Yeah, a Snicker bar and a bullet.
Well, what do you have a question, or you just wanted to bring that up?
I was just bringing that up, and they're just they're passing all these laws like they hit here. But they're allowing these vending machines with ammunition in it.
I don't really know how many laws are even being passed. Yeah, I just found it. It's in the South, in some southern states, Alabama, Oklahoma, and Texas, where you can get ammunition out of AI-powered vending machines at your local grocery stores.
Ooh!
Run in here, get some ammo, and rob the store.
Some eggs and some ammo.
Eggs and ammo, yeah.
Eggs and ammo.
And it says they're launching one in Colorado, so you might have it in your state. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And these are the same people talking about groceries are too expensive, but it's never too expensive to buy ammo.
Yeah, but apparently this started in 2023. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, it's a great point. And I wonder, you can't sell beer from a vending machine. So I wonder why you can sell ammo. You can't sell beer from a vending machine, right? Because you have to have ID.
You have to have ID.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. And you shouldn't be able to sell ammo because you can't even sell cigarettes from a vending machine anymore, right? Because you have to be a certain age to buy the cigarettes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why would you be able to get ammo from a vending machine? That's very dangerous.
Yeah, again, we don't know what that means about what AI could be selling us out of vending machines in the future, but that definitely doesn't seem like it should be legal. Man, I had this long list of things I wanted to talk to you about, and we are out of time, so you're going to have to come back. I always say that, right?
Yes,
I use that as an
I will
excuse
definitely come
to
back.
lure you back onto my show. Hey,
I will definitely be back. It happened so fast.
Yeah, and I know you're out on a boat making money.
Yeah.
When will we
Yes.
see you back stateside?
I'll be back September 21st.
At any club yet that we know of that we can hunt you down at?
Not yet. My film, We Got Ours, that I did with a lot of the celebrity comedians, is at the Catalina Film Festival, Saturday, September 28th at the Catalina Film Festival. So I will be there for that.
Oh, congratulations, big baller director. I
Thank
love that
you,
for you.
thank
So We Got Ours, the 28th at the Catalina Film Festival, and the filmmaker will be there. That's
Yes, I will be
amazing.
there. Yep. So that's one thing that I know is happening. So
All right,
if
well, be
anybody's in
safe
the
out
area,
there
come on out.
on the
Thank you, you
international
too.
waters. And that's the real reason she's talking all that smack about Donald Trump. She's on international waters. She can flee. Alycia Cooper, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. You have a good rest of your day.
And you as well. Got a jam-packed hour coming up next. Joe Michael Nixon is in the building, the idea man, and we're expecting a few more folks when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Mike Moore. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Republican Liz Cheney is officially endorsing Kamala Harris for president. The former Wyoming representative gave her endorsement during an appearance at Duke University, saying she's endorsing Harris because of the danger Donald Trump poses. An Ohio man who filed a racial discrimination lawsuit has agreed to a settlement with the city of Toledo. Sammy Coleman, who is black, says that he was repeatedly passed over for promotions due to his race. Coleman works for the city's Road and Bridge Management Division. The prosecutor and Alec Moore from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.